Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's another house that has just sold by me. This is located in 95124, a super good neighborhood, one of the hottest zip code. Let me share with you the story of today property. Okay, so this is a very good zip code. It's 95124. I would say that one of the hottest zip code nowadays in San Jose. There's not too many inventory, and every house I put on the market is gonna be sold right away in like 3 to 5 days. So there's another house that just sold a couple days before this house on market for 17 something on the Cudby Road. The reason why is because this had a very good district, school district. I think it's like 977 or something. Before in 95124, there's only certain area that had a good value where the house can have the kid go to school in Union District High School. But now, even on the Braham High School, seeing it increase their value, their point, the score to 9, the house in this market is also very expensive. As you can see in the back, on my back and the front of the street, there's not too many cars parking around. That the signal of a good neighborhood, because it's telling you that the neighborhood have more homeowner than a renter, meaning there's not too many cars parked on the street. When you go to a blue collar area, you see a lot of cars parked in the street next to each other. They fight in the parking space, and they also the homeowner also like to do concrete on the front like 100%. They don't leave any landscape because they want more parking space. So when we say a not good area, we're not talking about like crime or anything. We're talking about the investment side, the value investment. So if you want to buy a house in California and you want to wait for like a appreciation, you should aim for a better area like 95124, 95125, 95118, 95120, not the area that had too many renters. I'm here with the client today to give him an estimate of a remodeling. So he wants to remodel the kitchen, redo the bathroom, and redo the floor. As you guys know, that I've been working on the interior design with my partner. The customer investment will take care of the construction, and we also do the fully custom interior design. We ship the whole thing to the US. So we're gonna do like fully furnished, like from the sofa to like TV stand to like lining to the painting to everything, you know. If you ever come to an Asian market, when they say finished, meaning everything inside the house, not just the kitchen cabinet and the bathroom vanity. Okay, so back to the story of this house. The bidding war here is crazy, it's insane. We lost at least 5 houses before we get into the contract with this house. So my client budget at the beginning, he aimed for 1.5, and then after a while, you know, he can't win the house for 1.5. He keep increasing his budget into 1.6, 1.7, and finally 1.8, and the max he can afford is 1.85. And then even at 1.85, he can't even get into a house in 95124 where they can go to the Union High School District, the 9910 area. That's very expensive. So we lost 5 houses. And because it just turned quickly to a seller market after January, I don't know why. For some reason, maybe the stock go up, the interest rate kind of slimmed down a little bit, and then everybody have the answer of why the market was slowing down last year, and it's not gonna. There is no signal of a crash coming soon, so everybody back to market that push the demand too high compared to the supply. Then everything is crazy. Everything like 40 offer. Everything is multiple offer. So even a budget of 1.8, we've been looking at how the list for 129, 13, 135, we keep losing it. Can you imagine someone bid 400,000, 500,000, even 600,000 over the listing price just to get a house? Because in this area, everybody is so rich, they just, cash out their stock. They have a lot of their money down, and they don't even care about the appraisal. So when they get into a bidding war, I always tell my client that, hey man, you compete with this is a good area. You compete with a lot of rich people, right? And you should know that they will drive the price so high. And then in order for you to win a contract here, you need to go no contingency. And then that means there's no appraisal contingency. Appraisal meaning when you buy a house, you get a loan. The lender will have an appraiser come down to your property and do an appraisal on your house to make sure the value of the house at least equal to your purchase price or higher. Now what happened is when the appraiser come down and they say, hey man, this is not 1.8, this is 1.6. Now you have trouble with your LTV. Most of the case, if you have a lot of money down, you can still be able to get the loan done, but it will affect your LTV, and when it affects your LTV, that affects your interest rate. Now LTV is loan to value. Let's say if your LTV is under 70%, then your rate is 6%. But because the appraisal, the true value from the lender is lower than your purchase price, now you still have the same loan, but the value of the house is lower, meaning you have more LTV. It's higher LTV. When you have the higher LTV, the risk to the lender is higher. That's why they have to increase your interest rate from 6% to 7%, and your payment is higher. Now, the worst case is you don't have a lot of money and you're trying to get into a good area, and you do like a bidding war and you bid like crazy trying to win, and you only have like 200,000 down, 300,000 down, and when the appraisal short happen, you might lose your deposit. That's one of the things that you should take in your consideration, and your client, your agent should tell you in the beginning when he tells you to do a non-contingency offer. That's one of the things that you have to remember. So it's on the market nowadays, because it's seller market, these listing agents will have two different strategies to list the house. One, list the house too low, below market, create a bidding war, and then pick the highest. Let's say this area is worth somewhere around 1.75 to 1.8. One listing agent will list it for 1.5 or 1.45 and make you bid 300,000 or 400,000 over that. Once I create bidding war, they can have a higher offer. Two, they can look good in the seller eyes, so then they can have more business later on. But the second listing agent will go the other way around. He will list it very high, and they will drop the price down a little bit, create a feeling of having a good deal. So when they drop the price a little bit, the buyer will come back and bid on it, but the seller still have a good deal. So the same thing happened with this house. He listed almost 1.8, 1.7 or something. And then we already give up, because when you list at 1.7, the person that come down to bid this house have to have a budget of 1.9, $2 million, when our budget is 1.85. So we didn't even want to try in the beginning. But what happened was, because this house very close to the other house on Kirby Street, and then they both have the due date very close to each other. So most of the buyer will go to the other house, because that house only lists for 1.75. Now people that qualify for 1.7, 1.8 will bid for that house. So this house happened is after the first open house, there was not too many good offers. And then when I called back the next day, the buyer called me. They said they went to the open house. I like the house, but I never been to the home. So I called the listing agent back the next day. He said, yeah, the home is still available, but we encounter stage already. And then it's the same. And then we say, hey man, we might send in 1.85 to win the house. And the listing agent was so excited when they say that, but he was afraid that I was just fishing him. So I say, well, just do your best, and enough I don't talk, okay? So what I was trying to do is I trying to schedule an appointment to look at the house, because I wasn't inside the house to know exactly what the condition of the house. So he said in order for him to make an appointment with the tenant to let me in the house, I have to have a written contract with contingency or something. So we sent in 1830 with 2-day inspection contingency at the same night. So the next day he make an appointment for us to view the house. I look at the inspection, everything is good to go. But on the photo, it showed the house really clean. It's a new conditions. Everything was remodeled. But when we get into the house to look into the real stuff, then we see the kitchen is outdated. The bathroom needs to be redone. There's some leak on the plumbing, so we have to spend some money. So I went back and do 1805, but then the listener agent was pissed at me because he think that I didn't respect him and change the price at the end. But I told him that it wasn't my problem. I was just an agent and I'll do whatever the buyer tell me to do. I wasn't at an open house at first. The reason why I have 2-day inspection contingency is to see the condition of the house. Now we know what needs to be fixed, and we think this 1805 is a fair value, right? So after we talk back and forward, he yelled at me a little bit, and I don't even want to talk about it. He made me feel bad, and I did say that, hey man, I think you acting unprofessional and you didn't respect me. But then the next day, yeah, he reviewed my offer, he get my offer, and then after, this is one thing I want to share. This is why I respect some people a lot. So they know that they're fault. They call back and they say apology. So after we're in contract for a week, he called me back and said, hey man, I was at the church and thinking about you all day Saturday. Sounds so romantic. And he said, man, I decided I gotta be man up and say sorry to you because I didn't treat you right. You didn't deserve to be treated like that. You was acting very professionally, and I was so bad because I was so mad at the other agent who telling me that they was going to submit some good offer, but then he changed, they're fishing me. So I said, I accept your apology. So this is why we get the house right now. I guess the client is very happy, and this is all the story I want to share with you guys today. The market is insane. Everything is like multiple offer, 20, 30, 40 offer. So when you get into a rich area, you want to make sure you have enough down payment, at least 30 to 40% down, just in case the appraisal is short. So one of the things though, if you and your agent bidding of a house in a good area, like over 1.7, 1.8, $2 million, talk carefully about appraisal, because we already have a few cases that appraisal is short. But luckily, we always have a good down payment. All right, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Bye. Nope, there is no review for this home. The homeowner say no because he's shy and he don't want to be on social media. He don't want anybody to know this is his house, okay? Unfortunately, I really want to hear his review because this is very special client that just moved from Canada. They've been all over the world, they've been to some European country, and finally they decided to stay in the US. And if I have to look back into all of my clients, he's one of the clients that's so Americanized. This is what I'm looking for. I want to expand my market to a different market. I'm not talking about different people like Indian, Korean, Chinese, or even Caucasian, but I'm looking for some Vietnamese that more Americanized than the client that I have. So I really want to listen to one of those opinion about me. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to be on social media. Even I want to, cover their face or change their voice. But yeah, they say no. So that's fine. That's okay. I hope you guys like this video. If any question, please put in the comment below. Thank you. You have a good day. Bye.